All right, ladies and gentlemen, I had myself a good helping of food, so now I'm ready for the next reaction of the day. It's time for the beginning of me reading Sakamoto Days on a Sunday. So let's begin, shall we? Yo, peoples, Kyushu92 here. Let me double check and make sure the chat is good as far as like being seen and properly attuned. And it looks like it is. Kyushu92 here, and welcome to me reading Sakamoto Days on Sunday. For those who don't know, for the past 4 months, every single Monday, I have read through every volume and caught up to every single chapter of Sakamoto Days. And last week was my last week, allowing me to react to the brand newest chapter today. Because a whole bunch of things have been happening in Sakamoto Days, including Shin and Heisuke inside the prison, the JAA jail, where they have come across the long-lost member, or displaced member of X's group, Tenkyu, who we've recently found out that at Alkamar, which is the orphanage where the JAA try to make the perfect assassins, perfect as far as like no emotions, just strictly assassins with no attachments, nothing. And while everyone that sides with X, Uzuki, such as Gaku and Haruma and Kumanomi and Carolina Reaper, Club Jam, all these different individuals that he's seen as friends at Alkamar, they were all considered failures, except for Tenkyu, who is seen as, since no one from Alkamar has been seen as a success except for him. This is a dude that X said, like, you can't be a part of the group because you want to voluntarily kill people, and that goes against what I stand for. And the real linchpin here, the real crux of it, is Tenkyu wanted to basically hold Aoi and Hana, Sakamoto's wife and daughter, hostage in order for them to bring down Taro Sakamoto, which is not what Uzuki wanted to do. So because of that, he was basically excommunicado. He was excommunicated from the group, and he's been in this prison ever since. And since he's ran into Shin and Heisuke, Shin could not hold back his anger due to Tenkyu revealing that very same reason why he's no longer a part of X's group. And he proceeds to punch Tenkyu directly in the face because of it. So now, we get to see what happens after Shin has basically punched Tenkyu in the face. With chapter 189... actually days 189. Also, we are also dealing with the fact that Shin and company are here in this jail in order for Shin to learn how to better his ESP. Because physically, Kendaka said that he's not going to get any stronger or even reach the level of Sakamoto at all. However, him improving his ESP is going to be an even greater amount of training. And they need to find the fortune teller that's in this jail, who turns out to be a young woman called Atari. And she's looking to get out of the prison. And her predictions are 100% accurate because this ability has allowed her to bring down Higuchi, which is a person from Sakamoto's past that is incredibly powerful. And she took him down without even lifting a single finger. But now we're back here with Shin after punching Tenkyu as he goes, even if it does violate... even if... days 189, great misfortune. Even if it does violate the Sakamoto family rules, I gotta take out this scumbag right here and now! And then, Heisuke, Shin, do you really mean that? And Shin rips off a piece of pipe, so that it's jagged on the end. He's crossed the line! Days 189, great misfortune. And then Tenkyu is looking confused. And before he can say anything else, Shin is already running up towards him with Tenkyu blocking his arm to keep from getting stabbed. Shin, hey, time out. I'm sorry. And Shin is not really paying attention until the pipe that Shin is trying to use to stab Tenkyu gets shot by Heisuke. Shin, I don't want to point my gun at you. Chill out. And then it shows Tenkyu jumping away from Shin.
Why'd you stop me, Heisuke?
Dude, of course I'm gonna stop you. What you mean, you're gonna kill him? You're gonna go back to being an assassin, yo?
Sure. If that's what I have to do to stop him, I will. Otherwise, something terrible could happen. He wouldn't hesitate to kill Aoi and Hana. I know. I read his mind. I'm going after him. This time, don't get in my way.
Wait. Hey, you and I both changed when we met Taro, right? And, Heisuke's trying to reason with him. We can't start deciding whether to kill him when I haven't even talked with the guy yet. And it shows Tenkyu as he's running through the rest of the jail.
Rats, screwed up again. Where did I go wrong this time? How come I always piss people off? I don't get it. Just when I thought we were going to be good friends. Wait, why do I want friends again?
And while Tenkyu is running through this jail, the wall in front of him gets completely broken down as we have Atari and her attendants there with her. Did this lady just break through the wall? Did she just break through the wall? I think this woman must be stronger than I thought. She just broke through the wall, and Tenkyu's all like,
what's going on?
And they're coughing, the both of them.
Atari, I told you there's a gas leak in that corridor. You can't smoke. Seems like some bad luck. This isn't about luck.
And Atari looks at Tenkyu.
Oh.
Huh?
It's him. Atari, don't tell me that's your knight in shining armor. Time's up. Miss Hoshi? Mr. Daikyo? I'm sorry. We seem to have come across the great misfortune.
And both Hoshi and Daikyo both get on alert.
This guy? He's the great misfortune she foretold?
Miss Hoshi, take Atari and get as far away as you can.
What?
As this dude dashes light speed. Dude, okay, for all his complaining he was doing earlier on in this arc when we met him, this dude is surprisingly fast. He is already next to Tenkyu and then punches him through a glass window. Much to Tenkyu's shock. Hey, what gives? I mean, this time I clearly didn't do anything. And they crash into basically someone's own living space inside of this jail.
Daikyo, what are you?
If this guy is the killer Atari foretold, it can't be helped. I've gotta crush him. And he puts this pair of, I don't even know what to call them. I can't even call them, brass knuckles, because they're specifically meant to be gripped in the hand, but he has spikes coming through the 3 spaces of his fingers. It can't be helped. I gotta crush him. And he starts trying to punch Tenkyu, over and over as they go through this person's home. And they wind up outside on the other end. And Tenkyu gets punched directly in the face, and he stops, and he starts bleeding, and then Daikyo kicks him in the face and knocks him away. What's this guy's deal? He's not fighting back at all. Could it be he's not into close combat? I've got this, if I just keep on him. And then Tenkyu is just looking. Mind you, Tenkyu always has this sort of blank-eyed stare to his face. He's not blind, but there's no emotion in his eyes. Then we get the signal, stop, and Daikyo stops. Right then. Tenkyu! Heisuke, Shin. And then Atari is there. Yeah, Atari is there. And Atari goes,
It's him.
You okay?
Shin, you're not mad at me anymore? And Shin notices that Tenkyu didn't use his bow, his super compound bow.
His weapon's unused. Tenkyu, why didn't you fight back?
Shin, don't you remember?
You said my friend would forgive me if I don't kill people. Honestly, I don't really know what friendship is, but when I see the two of you, I'm kinda jealous.
Oh, Tenkyu's just really naive. Heisuke might be right. Maybe he can change.
And then Hoshi points a gun at the both of them, going,
Hey, who are you?
We're... Shin's the JAA's amazing fortune teller.
Yeah, that's right. The JAA's fortune teller? What are you talking about? Atari here is the JAA's fortune teller.
"Oh, this is awkward, because Shin just lied to Tenkyu, saying, like, I'm the JA's fortune teller. And if you listen to me, then you'll be able to rekindle your friendship with Uzuki all over again." He's essentially lied to Tenkyu. Now we got Miss Hoshi, one of the people looking after Atari, telling them, what y'all on about? This is the JAA's fortune teller. Okay, this is bad.
What are you talking about? Atari here is the JAA's fortune teller.
And then it just shows the faces of Tenkyu, Shin, and Heisuke. And then we get Daikyo.
Ms. Hoshi, these guys are Sakamoto's friends. The guy who's wanted by the JAA.
Oh, great. Just name dropping that they're affiliated with Sakamoto. Okay. This is about to get bad. This is about to get bad.
Who do you think you are pretending to be the JAA's fortune teller?
Oh my goodness! As soon as Hoshi says this, Daikyo, his whole torso is utterly obliterated. Completely. By Tenkyu. In an instant. Oh my goodness, this dude's bow and his power, like his overall skill with a bow, is insane. As soon as Hoshi says, "Who do you think you are?" pretending to be the JA's fortune teller, Daikyo dies because Tenkyo shoots him and separates his entire torso. Literally, the force of his body being obliterated causes his upper torso to go sailing into the air. Instantly. Shocking both Shin, Heisuke, not so much Atari, because I'm pretty sure she saw this, but also surprising Hoshi as well. And then Tenkyo, with that same emotionless, blank, inhuman stare, inhuman look in his eyes, goes,
"Oh, I get it. You were lying, Shin. So I can kill all of you. Well, that's easy."
And that's the end of the chapter. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Caught up and ready to go? Yes, Calzone and Killer Bean! We are now fully caught up, which means Sakamoto days will be on Sundays. These guards don't know how to, giving out our whole government info. Bruh, just out here. Just out here saying like, what are you talking about? This is the fortune teller. Hey, Miss Hoshi, those two individuals are friends with Sakamoto's. Basically, just exposing Shin as a liar. And now, Tenkyu. And the thing that scares me about Tenkyu is the fact that he did not hesitate at all. Which is why I think this is the reason why Tenkyu is a success from Alkmaar. Because he doesn't let emotions cloud his judgment at all. When it's time for him to start killing, he just goes to town immediately. No wasted thought process on whether I should or not. I'm here to kill. And that's it. Which is a very bad situation for everyone. This dude's power with a bow. Can we beat Tenkyu or make him understand friendship? That'll probably be the make or break. Oh my goodness, because this, and here's the thing. We don't know to what extent a person is considered a success from Alkmaar. We don't know to what extent. We know the dude is massively built. He is perfectly toned all over. He's only wearing like what? Shorts that he took off of some other people he killed on the way down here to this point. but the dude is ridiculously toned for a person his size and stature. And the thing about the world of Sakamoto days is that there are people who are capable of demolishing entire cars, breaking through walls that are also supported by rebar, and chucking people high into the air, doing things that would be considered basically superhuman on a regular basis. But we don't know the extent of why Tenkyu is considered a success from Alkmaar. If everyone in Uzuki's group is considered a failure, and they were inhumanly strong. Haruma with his sports-based moves. Kumanomi with her excellent control over electromagnetism. And then you have Carolina Reaper with his inhuman ability to just breathe out gas that can also double as flames, even though it kind of burns him and charcoals him on the inside. Club Jam with his basic ability, his ability to hypnotize people. And Uzuki, who's incredibly powerful as well. All of them. Gaku, who is quite possibly one of the most busted people in this entire series, and yet these individuals are all considered failures. Failures from Alkmaar, whereas Tenkyu is the success. The only known success. How powerful is he? And now we got Tenkyu, who's going on the offensive with everyone. Now that he realizes he's been lied to. And now that he realizes, oh, Shin was lying to me the entire time, so he was probably lying about me and Uzuki becoming friends again if I don't kill people. Since he was lying, that means I can keep killing. Which is because the thing is, in this same chapter, Shin was talking about, like, he's naive. Maybe we can get him to change after all. You might as well just throw that out the window now, because now he just sees like, oh, you lied to me. Okay, now I can kill everyone. Daikyo is down. Daikyo looked like he was doing something. He's the first to actually draw blood from Tenkyu. But now, he's just dead in an instant. And mind you, Tenkyu was just casually defending himself. He wasn't even trying to attack. But until he realized he's been lied to, Daikyo gets taken out in an instant. Like, if I go back here, I have to come back here. If I go back here, as soon as Daikyo says, Ms. Hoshi, these guys are Sakamoto's friends, the guy who's wanted by the JAA, and as soon as Ms. Hoshi says, who do you think you are pretending to be the JAA's fortune teller, Daikyo dies because his whole body gets blown apart by this bow. And now Tenkyu is all like, all right, I'm free to kill everybody now. This is bad. And we're going on break. We're going on break for this chapter. My first time reading Sakamoto Days on Sunday, and we're going on break. It's fine. We got One Piece next week anyway. But, now Tenkyo's on the offensive. Can we beat Tenkyu or make him understand friendship? Shin. Why did I think Shinra? Sorry, I'm thinking of both Fire Force at the moment. My apologies. Shin's got this. He survived Haruma. That's true. But he survived someone considered a failure. He survived Haruma. He didn't fully beat Haruma where he was standing over him. He survived Haruma. We're dealing with someone who's seen as a success from Alkmaar. I thought Suzuki Sensei was just exaggerating, but Tenkyu really does seem to be fast with his bow. Yeah. Tenkyu is just busted with this bow. Back in the quicksand, he also took out those brothers quickly. Yeah. Each one leaving a gigantic hole in their bodies, if not just completely killing them instantly. Actually, you know what? Yeah, he's extremely fast because the arrow that he uses is so incredibly powerful. Remember how that one of the Hell Brothers, he tried to stick his hand in front of him so he could block the arrow. Not only did the arrow go through his armor, through his arms, but it also went straight through his head and still had enough force to cause an explosion on impact way behind him after he went through his skull. I don't know what his arrows are made of, but armor is not going to hold that back. And due to the fact that he's incredibly strong to the point where not even his bowstring budged. Remember the other brother? He tried to run up on Tenkyu. With a big long sword, and Tenkyu blocked it with the string of his bow. You know, pretty much the most fragile piece from the bow. He just blocked his blade with it. So, one, I don't know what this string is made from. And if it's made from, like, some super strong, nigh indestructible metal, then that means that these arrows he's loosing, they have got to be... The amount of strength it takes to not only pull this forward, but also do everything that Tenkyu has done, he's got to have some insane strength. I like to see different arrows from Tenkyu with different abilities. What? Turn him into Green Arrow? I got an arrow that can set things on fire. I got an arrow that can electrocute you. I got an arrow with a boxing glove on the front. Nah, that's ridiculous. I got an arrow that will give you a disease if it hits you in any part of your body. Where is he even getting these arrows from? That's a good question, because I don't see no quiver on this dude. Dude ain't got nothing else on but some shorts. Where are the arrows coming from? Hold on, let me go back. Sorry, I still got the One Piece chapter up. Where is he getting these arrows from? That is a very good question. Because there's no quiver. He doesn't have a quiver. The best view we get of Tenkyu with the bow on him is when Miss Hoshi is breaking through a wall in order to get away from, like, this explosion because Atari wanted to set a cigarette up in there. We get Tenkyu, and all he has on him is just his bow. That's all we see. He ain't got no quiver. He ain't got no extra arrows on his back. So what is he shooting? What is he... That's actually a really good question. What did he shoot to kill Daikyo if he doesn't have any active arrows on his person? He might be on par with Gaku in terms of strength, if not greater. Remember, everyone at Alkmaar was seen as a failure in terms of them being a perfect assassin, except for Tenkyu. So I would like to argue, before we find out the fullest extent of how strong he is, that Tenkyu may be the strongest person. He may be the strongest person. If he's not on par with Gaku, he may be stronger. That's how I feel. Tenkyu scares me because characters who do not allow emotions to cloud their judgment are oftentimes the most dangerous. Because they don't have these inner monologues of whether this is right or this is wrong, or let emotions get in the way of them taking out a person. People like this in stories are by far the most dangerous because they cannot be reasoned with. They cannot be appealed to their better sense of humanity. Because even Tenkyu doesn't fully understand what friendship is like. That's how so far gone from humanity he could be considered. He would like to have a friendship, just like Shin and Heisuke, but he doesn't even truly know what that means. That's how detached he is, which makes him even more dangerous, because he'll say stuff like, yeah, we can just kill the mother and daughter, and then that way we can draw out Sakamoto, and then we can kill him. Not thinking about the emotional distress of saying such a thing at all. Tenkyu just thinks means to an end. That's it. I don't think any two ways about it. This could be what we use to draw out Taro Sakamoto, just kill his wife and daughter. And he'll say it with a smile, which reminds me of Sai before we found out, like, his true allegiances back in Naruto Shippuden. A smile in the face and everything. Wait, since Atari is the real fortune teller, can't she try to talk to him? I mean, she could. She could. But we'll see. Daikyo's already down low. Daikyo's dead. There's no repairing that. His whole entire torso's been obliterated. Or is he just on a rampage? I don't know. But bringing up the fact that Shin and Heisuke are affiliated with Sakamoto, the very person that he's trying to kill, I feel like we're gonna need to go through some steps before we can get him to not fire on anyone. And I also need to know, what is he firing if he doesn't have a quiver on him? The dude ain't firing paper clips. He ain't firing pencils. What is he firing from this bow? So this ought to be interesting. And I think actually, since Shin and Heisuke have already made it to the where Atari has made it to them, Shin doesn't really have to go all the way down to the bottom level where Atari usually is, because she's trying to get out. So that kind of eliminates a whole big jaunt through the majority of the jail now, since the very person he's come to find is directly in front of him. So that saves a trip. But Tenkyu is probably going to be the obstacle of them getting out. A former member of X's crew, and the only successful perfect assassin from Alkmaar. That's the obstacle Shin has to go through right now. Interesting. I'm scared though. Because there's so many people in this series who are just busted, and they're all considered to be human. But also beyond that. No extraordinary superpowers, no bona fide meta-human super strength. All of this is just from them training. All this is just from them training, just from them being trained, and that's it. So now Shin, Heisuke have to look after Atari before Tenkyu kills them all. And we're going on break after this chapter. Now that Tenkyu realizes, oh, I've been lied to. Now I can kill you. This is bad. But we'll see. We'll see once the series comes off of break. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a long journey for me to be able to move Sakamoto Days to Sundays, so that way I can read it with my other series, One Piece. After, My Hero Academia and Jujutsu Kaisen ended, Sundays would sometimes feel just a tad bit empty, because I've been so used to reading multiple series on a Sunday, from One Piece, My Hero, and then Jujutsu, and if they either went on break, then it would just be either My Hero or Jujutsu, or just My Hero, depending on the breaks taken. But now I am happy to say that Sakamoto Days now moves to Sundays, and I really can't wait to read the rest of this series on a regular basis with you guys, as I've done with my other series. I can't wait. So I'm glad you guys get to be here while I react to these chapters when they come out live. Thank you. This is going to take some time getting used to, but it's a great change of pace. Hey, Killer Bean, I knew it was going to be a change of pace, because many of you are so used to me doing Sakamoto Days on Mondays. But since the chapters go live on Sunday, I want to be able to read these chapters on the very day they release. And I'm happy that I get to move it to Sundays as well, so I can free up Mondays, because I believe Solo Leveling Ragnarok drops tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that as well. But to everyone here, especially those of you who tuned in to my Sakamoto Days reading series that I've done for the past 4 months, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I really do hope that the way I do things as far as like reading for all of you guys, I really do hope that you all enjoyed it, because this is an amazing story and I like it. I do. And I just wanted to say thank you for just, being there while I was doing it, because it really does mean the world to me, and this channel would not be able to go anywhere without your continued support. But I'm done for today. I've read all the chapters of all the things that I cover on this channel for the moment. I'm going to go ahead and just rest up a little bit, because it's been a long early morning all the way up until now. I'm done. Hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples.